certified every year. They have to demonstrate that they're safe, and if they have a failure, they have to pay a huge fine. On privacy, this is the place where I think Facebook, YouTube, TikTok are so guilty, and they have too much information on us, and it gives them power over us, the ability to control our options. You think about digital redline or predictive policing or resume review, where the biases in the data sets deprive people of opportunities. And then you think about Facebook, the way that it pushed people into anti-vax groups, the way it pushed people into stop the steal, effectively causing people to believe things that aren't true. We really need to prohibit surveillance capital in its entirety. Or if you can't do that, at least ban the use of health information, location, web browsing history, all sorts of intimate details just should not be part of that marketplace. And then lastly, just one last point, we need to update antitrust law for the 21st century. These companies are too big. Facebook failed twice this past week, and millions of small businesses are deprived of their livelihood because this is a monopoly and there's no alternative.
Yeah, your message is loud and clear. I mean, free reign on so many issues has to be reeled in or ended. Together. Roger McNamee, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
It's entirely my pleasure, Frederica. I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you. Very well. All right, we're also following this breaking news. Police in St. Paul, Minnesota say they have arrested 3 men in connection to a mass shooting at a food hall overnight. 1 person was killed, 14 others were wounded, all of whom are expected to survive. The 3 men arrested were injured. Police say...
Get back to your rhythm. Feel the power. Beat this. Symptoms fast. At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor. You're an owner with access to financial advice, tools, and a personalized plan that helps you build a future for those you love. Vanguard. Become an owner. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
We were still at work. We started getting these notifications from Ring. 2 guys trying to break in. I hit the siren on my alarm. Immediately, I got a call from Ring.
Would you like for us to go ahead and send the police?
And I'm like, absolutely. With Ring, I stopped the break-in on my phone.
Learn more at ring.com. With laser-measured floor liners and cargo liners, bump step, plus the cup phone to secure your phone, seat protectors, or no-drill mud flaps. WeatherTech's American-made products are perfect protection for any season. Order at WeatherTech.com. WeatherTech, made right in America. There are beautiful ideas that remain in the dark. But with our new multi-cloud experience, you have the flexibility you need to unveil them to the world.
help you save time and money and trips to the pharmacy. It's here to get you the medication you need when you need it. Who knew it could be this easy? Your new pharmacy is Amazon Pharmacy.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/hire and get started today.
Introducing the new City Custom Cash Card, a different kind of card that rewards Dan where his spending is trending. Just ask stepping outside his comfort zone, Dan.
I don't know where the hole for this is.
Or fourth time streaming that period drama, Dan.
You just made me miss your best line, so now I'm gonna have to start it again.
Even insisted he didn't need directions, Dick.
Okay, I'm not lost, I'm exploring. That said, do you know where I am?
From select gas, streaming, travel, and more, earn 5% cash back that automatically adjusts to your top eligible spend category. Up to $500 spent each billing cycle.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein. Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients to support immune health.
All right, now to this miraculous rescue in Texas. A 3-year-old boy has been reunited with his family after getting lost in the woods for 4 days. Christopher Ramirez apparently wandered away from his home while chasing a neighbor's dog Wednesday afternoon. Rescue crews launched a massive search for the missing toddler, and a Good Samaritan who helped the search crew found Christopher Saturday morning. He was tired and dehydrated, but otherwise okay. Joining us now on the phone is Blake Jarvis. He is the Grimes County Constable and helped organize a search for Christopher. Constable, so glad you could be with us. I'm glad we're able to report on good news. How in the world was little Christopher found?
It was almost a miracle how he was found. It was a complex organization, investigation that led to his recovery. Good Samaritan went and searched the back of his property, and lo and behold, located Christopher.
Well, what was his property like? Describe the conditions of this property and how far away it was from his home that he wandered away from.
So Christopher was found almost 5 miles away from his home where he went missing. The property he was found on was very dense, very wooded, very rough terrain to go through.
And what kind of condition was Christopher in? Because 5 miles for a 3-year-old in the woods over a period of days, what kind of condition was he in?
He was severely dehydrated. He was scarred up. He had a lot of marks, bruises on from going through the terrain. Other than that, he was in very stable condition. He was glad to be reunited with his mom. He was very happy to see his mom. Medical personnel was there immediately to assist his needs medically.
And sometimes at 3 years old, you can be pretty verbal. What has he said, if anything?
He did talk to his mom some. We haven't really sat down and done a formal interview. That is to come as soon as he gets released from the hospital. He's currently still in the hospital in stable condition.
So, Constable, tell me what the last 4 days have been like while you're searching for this 3-year-old. It started out with he was out in his front yard, right, in his own home, or at least on the property. And did he see a neighbor's dog, or was the neighbor's dog just happened to be in the yard and he wandered off with the dog?
It was actually his dog that was in the yard. He was with his mom. They just came back home. The mom was going to put items inside the house. He was playing with his own dog, and that's whenever he wandered out of the yard. A brief moment, and he went following the dog down the road, and ultimately he went into the wooded area. I mean, it was a great organization with Grimes County Sheriff's Office. Lieutenant Ellis led the search part of it, along with the Sheriff's Office, with multiple agencies, state, local, and federal level, multiple volunteers from all different organizations, the search rescue organizations. It was a big group effort.
Wow. And so what does it mean for all of you, given that this was such a huge group effort, that it would end successfully like this?
Well, you almost have to see it to believe it. I mean, to witness it, to be a part of it, you know, everybody came together with a blink of an eye. I mean, there was no hesitation on getting people out there, the resources from Red Cross to, I mean, just everybody, the other surrounding agencies, the other surrounding counties, volunteers coming from everywhere. It was short of, like, again, remarkable. It was a miracle that he was found and he was safe and very spiritual.
Incredible. Well, Grimes County Constable Blake Jarvis, thank you so much. I'm so glad that little Christopher is back with his family and everyone is breathing a huge sigh of relief. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, coming up, as parents anxiously await COVID vaccines for their young children, questions arise over how to talk to your kids about getting the shot. A child therapist joining me live next.
Still looking for that money in your home, Daryl?
Yeah, this puppy should finally do the trick.
Well, good luck. We found ours yesterday.
Let me guess, in the attic.
With Rocket Mortgage, we used our home's equity and turned it into cash.
Equity? Yeah, you can do it on your phone.
Check your phone before you wreck your home, Daryl.
That's easy.
When you want to find money in your home, Rocket can.
Oh, that's all good, Daryl. I got a guy.
Rocket.
Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
It's an important time to save. With Priceline, you can get up to 60% off amazing hotels. And when you get a big deal, you feel like a big deal. Priceline. Every trip is a big deal.
Now, the wait is finally over.
In trouble?
Constantly.
This is it.
This is it. No time to die, 13.
Before Clear Choice, my dental health was so bad. I would be in a lot of pain. I wasn't able to eat. It was very hard.
Kimberly came to Clear Choice with a bunch of missing teeth, struggling with pain, with dental disease. Clear Choice dental implants solved her dental issues.
I feel so much better. I feel energized to go outside and play with my daughter. I can eat anything. Like, I don't have to worry. Clear Choice changed my life.
It's your home, and there's no place like Wayfair to make the bathroom your dream spot. Now that's a spot. Make the new light, make the room, and even make the kitchen sink the entertainment center. However you make your next project like no other.
CNN original series, Diana, premieres tonight at 9 on CNN.
Now it's your chance to invest like I do in companies that make things like this jetpack, this Hartz. And this electric motorbike. It's all on Start Engine, which has an investor community of over 500,000 and is funded innovative startups. Go to startengine.com today and start investing. Sorry, got a jet.
Cooking felt hard. But that was before the always pan. Best nonstick ever. Shallow enough to saute, but deep enough to fry. And I can cook 3 things at once. Plus, it comes with its own steamer basket and genius spatula rest. Best part, cleanup's a breeze. It's kind of life-changing.
Never would I think that I would join a cult, but that's exactly what I did.
Closed captioning brought to you by Christian Faith Publishing. Tell your story and get your book published today.
Are you a Christian author with a book that you're ready to share with the world?
Get published now. Call for your free publisher kit today.
1-800-455-1827.
Pfizer is asking the FDA for emergency use authorization for its COVID-19 vaccine for children ages 5 to 11. Authorization could still be weeks or even months away, but it does open up the question for parents about how to talk to their young children about the vaccine. With me now is Jody Baumstein. She is a licensed therapist with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Strong for Life. So good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
All right, so this is quite the quandary in a lot of households. You know, parents wondering, how do we have our conversations with our kids between 5 and 11 about the potential of them getting a vaccine? How do you begin that talk?
Begin by opening up a conversation. You know, we so often think that we're going to make it worse if we bring it up, or that we'll put ideas in kids' in their minds, but that's just not the case. They're thinking about it anyway, so we just want to get right to it and open up the dialogue, but then really let them lead the conversation, because we really don't know what they're thinking and they're feeling, and we don't want to assume just because we're feeling a certain way that the same is true for them.
Well, most kids don't like the idea of any shot, let alone now a vaccine, and we're still unclear whether will it be 2 doses for, you know, kids 5 to 11 like it is for others who are eligible right now. So do you draw a parallel to these kids about, oh, remember what it was like to have that flu vaccine if they have had one before, you know, last year? It's kind of like that. I mean, do you try to break it down as simple, in simple terms like that?
Yeah, absolutely, because anxiety often stems from fear. It's based around fear of the unknown. What's going to happen? And the more we think about all of those question marks, the more revved up we get. So anytime you can help connect it to something concrete, something that makes sense to them, you're filling in the blanks and you're helping them realize, this isn't so bad. I did that before and I can handle it. So I think that's a beautiful example of how to teach them how to manage their own feelings, because the simplest things will happen in the future. And anytime you can ground them in something that they know, something tangible, it's going to make them feel a little bit calmer going into it.
I have 2 kids under 11, and we've been talking about it openly, and they seem to have grasped the idea that, you know, they're going to be in line for it. But then I've heard from my kids, just like I know it's happening in a whole lot of other households, you know, my kids might say, oh, but some of my friends, and they talk about their family structures who say, you know, they are not encouraging a vaccine, or they don't believe in the vaccine. So what, as parents, do we say to our kids who end up getting a different story from their classmates in school?
Yeah, I think that's going to continue to happen. And I think the conversation is going to look different for everyone, but grounding them in the facts, grounding them in what you know and what you think is important for your family. And then I think it's always a good idea to really talk about tolerance and helping them understand that we can have different views and perspectives and beliefs about things. We can respect that even if we don't really agree with it, or we don't want to do that ourselves.
And this is a real heartbreaker, because right now we're learning that more than 140,000 kids in the U.S. have lost a parent or grandparent who takes care of them because of COVID. I mean, it breaks down to 1 out of 500 children. It's an extraordinary number. What many of these kids must be going through is just unimaginable. So what kind of impact do you see it is going to have on a lot of our young people long term?
Yeah, well, a lot of them are going to be experiencing significant grief. I think grief is something that culturally we don't understand well. We have a lot of confusion around it because it's uncomfortable. But what we know to be true with grief is that it's not linear. There's no timeline. There's no quick fix. So we really need to understand that kids are going to be dealing with this for a long time, and we need to help them get used to expressing their feelings. And we all fall into this trap, even as adults, where we want to run from it. We want to hide, we want to deny and avoid our feelings because we're scared that if we talk about it, maybe it'll get worse. Or maybe if I talk about it, I won't be able to handle it. Or people will judge me. So we try really hard to stuff it down, and it doesn't make it better. We know what happens. We start having trouble sleeping. We get headaches. We're irritable. We're lashing out at people who have done nothing wrong. We want to help kids understand that when you name it, when you express it, it makes it a little bit smaller. It makes it a little bit more manageable. And over time, they're going to become more resilient because they're going to see that's not so bad. Actually, it made me feel better. And that's what we want, because this is not the only thing they're going to face in life. They're going to have lots of things that are challenging and scary and confusing. So we want to help them understand that if you deal with it, if you use supports, if you learn how to cope in healthy ways, it's actually not so bad.
Yeah, well, not suppressing those emotions, which are going to be really hard for a lot of young people to grasp on how to handle it. But I understand exactly what you're saying. Jody Baumstein, thank you so much. Appreciate your time and expertise. Thank you. Be well. All right, still ahead. Tens of thousands of people fled Afghanistan to escape Taliban rule. Next, the story of one family adjusting now to a new life in America.
When you get a chip in your windshield, trust Safelite. This couple was headed to the farmer's market when they got a chip. They drove to Safelite for a same-day repair. And with their insurance, it was no cost to them. That's service the way you need it.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. With 0% parabens, sulfates, and dyes. Treseme's ProPure collection lets you style without compromise. Tresemme ProPure, 0% compromise, 100% you.
Well, would you look at that?
It was an accident.
Speaking of accidents, we accidentally left you off the insurance policy during enrollment and you're not covered.
Not even a little bit? No insurance.
When employees can't enter and manage their own benefits enrollment information, it can be a real pain.
Not even...
With Paycom, employees enter and manage their own HR data in a single, easy-to-use software. Visit paycom.com and schedule a demo today.
With Ring Alarm, we can see and control everything right here in the app. Whether we're home or we're away, with Ring Alarm, we feel safe and protected.
Learn more at ring.com.
Cover it up. That's what I did when I started losing my hair. Now I use Keeps, the easiest way for me to keep my hair. Keeps sends me clinically proven treatments that can stop my hair loss, which means no more covering up. Go to Keeps.com to learn more.